How did this guy manage to interview SHAQ?
Who am I here with today?
My name is Dr. Shaquille O'Neal.
What industry did you decide to pursue a career in?
A lot of them.
What were you doing prior to becoming a business mogul?
What was I doing prior? I was killing your favorite NBA player.
You owned 155 Five Guys at one point.
I sold them.
You sold them?
Yeah, I sold them.
What's your secret to scaling in the franchise model, or just businesses in general?
The secret to scaling is one word: delegation. I can't be in 155 places at once, but I know somebody that can.
So you're really good at bringing other people in.
What? He's so weird.
Or just businesses in general?
The secret to scaling is one word: delegation. I can't be in 155 places at once, but I know somebody that can.
So you're really good at bringing other people in to run these businesses?
Yes, I am.
Did you come from a lot of money?
No, never.
So what was the turning point to financial freedom for you?
The secret was just having special motivation. My motivation was always being able to give my mother what she wants.
Do you believe in God?
Of course. Hey, my guy, you hungry?
Which God?
Go get a pizza. I own it. It's all yours. Yeah, take what you want. No problem.
What was the most amount of money that you've made this year?
That was the biggest flex. Hey, my guy, you hungry? I own it.
Hey, my guy, you hungry? Go get a pizza.
What a
I own it.
video.
It's all yours. Yeah, take what you want. No problem.
What was the most amount of money that you've made in a single year?
What a
Guys,
flex.
we just landed in Atlanta, Georgia, and we are headed right now to interview Shaquille O'Neal, who has a
Shaq
net
Diesel.
worth of over $500 million.
No,
A
over
lot of you
500
guys
mil.
have seen Shaq on TV commercials. Not only is he one of the greatest basketball players of all time in the history of the NBA, but he's also a business mogul, guys. He owns hundreds of businesses all around the country. So we're going to be asking him the secrets to his success in becoming one of the greatest athletes ever and how he became so wealthy outside of sports. So with that being said, let's go meet with
Let's
Shaq
just
and
get
see
it.
what he has to say.
I just want to make money and play basketball. I'm Shaq Diesel, greatest basketball loves. Was that good? Let me know if the impression was good.
Who am I
Let me
here
know in the
with
comments.
My name is Dr. Shaquille O'Neal.
And for those that don't know, what industry did you decide to pursue a career in?
A lot of them. DJing, law enforcement, and food and beverages.
Yeah?
Pizza.
And what were you doing prior to becoming a business mogul?
What was I doing prior? I was killing your favorite NBA player.
Let me ask you this. You became one of the greatest athletes of all time, not just basketball players, one of the greatest athletes of all time. What was the biggest driving factor of success for you throughout your career?
I was a thief. Let me explain. If you see somebody that's doing better than you, and you would like to aspire to be them, steal what they're doing. So for me, I stole Michael Jordan. I stole Magic Johnson. I stole Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I stole Muhammad Ali. And I put it inside my brain, and I created me, Shaquille O'Neal.
Now, you generated and made hundreds of millions of dollars throughout your career. There's a stat Sports Illustrated just did that 1 in 3 NFL players go broke within 3 to 5 years. What's the best way to preserve that kind of wealth when you're making a lot of money? You get a lot of money dumped on you. It's easy to make a lot of money. It's hard to keep a lot of money. How have you been able to preserve hundreds of millions of dollars of that money that you made throughout your career?
I think for those who are not financially literate, learn this word, annuity.
Break that down for those that don't know it.
You need to look it up. I know what annuity means. He knows what annuity means. But your homework assignment right now, look it up.
How many businesses do you own
Fair
right
play.
now?
I have no idea. And the reason I don't know how many I own, because I know who you are and I know you're going to make us look good. But let's just say I own 1,000 businesses. I don't want it to be edited like I'm bragging. But I own a lot.
And across all of these, right, in 1 year, in terms of revenue, what was the most amount of money that you've made in a single year? You guys, we're about to get right back to this interview with Shaq, and it's about to get better.
Go check out his
But
school,
real quick,
okay?
I've got a
But
very
let's
special
jump
announcement
right
to
back
make for you
into
guys.
it.
So one of the biggest questions I get
That's how
asked
long
just about
it is. Goodness.
back to the video. What was the most amount of money that you've made in a single year?
I have no idea because I don't do anything for monetary purposes. I'm just happy to be blessed and I'm just happy to be alive and I'm just going to continue working. But I don't know how much money I got.
In today's world, do you think somebody should start a business or franchise a business?
Both.
Break that down.
I think you should start a business if you're inspired by something and you want to do something and you think it will work and you believe it will work. Or if you see something that's working, you do it. For example, pizzeria on the campus of a busy college. I think it'll work. Let's invest.
8 out of 10 companies, they go out of business in 5 years in today's world. From your perspective, what's the most common mistake you see business owners make in today's world?
The common mistake business owners make is they think they know it all. Make sure you hire people that are smarter than you.
So what was the best advice you ever got from a mentor?
Well, I got 2 pieces of advice. One piece of advice was to save 75% and have fun with 25%. The other one was to hire people that are smarter than you.
And you've been at the table with some hitters. What's your best negotiation advice for anybody in business?
Don't talk first and start high.
Did you
Wow.
know you can perfectly
Goodness
legally,
me.
through a
We're
government
about to
scheme,
skip this.
earn
So
£1 million
far,
a
he's
year?
giving some crazy advice.
Oh, I'll start off at 200 million. And they'll be like, no, 110. What about 140? What about 125? Deal. If you start at 50 and their budget is 200, You just lost 150 million.
And let me ask you this. You own 155 Five Guys at one point.
I sold them.
Crazy.
Yeah, I sold them.
What's your secret to scaling in the franchise model, or just businesses in general?
The secret to scaling is one word: delegation. I can't be.
Pause that. He should have asked him, how much did you sell it for?
155 Five Guys at one point.
I sold them.
You sold them?
Yeah, I sold them.
How
What's
much?
your secret to scaling in the franchise model, or just businesses in general?
The secret to scaling is one word: delegation. I can't be in 155 places at once, but I know somebody that can.
So you're really good at bringing other people in to run these businesses.
Yes, I am. So I actually learned that by winning championships. I know that having great teammates is very important to help you win championships.
Yeah. And did you come from a lot of money?
No, never.
So what was the turning point to financial freedom for you? Like, how did you know?
I saw horror stories about how 5 years after professional athletes start playing, they have nothing. I didn't want to be part of the horror story, so I had to teach myself. I made a very big mistake. The first time I got $1 million, I spent it in about 30 minutes. Bought 3 cars, I bought 3 jewelries, and I bought some suits because I didn't even know what FICO was.
And how long were you in the NBA for?
19 years.
19 years. What was the secret to
Wow.
that longevity? It's one thing to make it to the league. 99% of players that make it, they weed out within 2 to 3 years. How did you have 19 years of longevity at the height of your game?
The secret was just having special motivation. My motivation was always being able to get my mother what she wants. I did that for as long as I could, and of course she has what she wants, but after 19 years, when you can't do the things that the young people do anymore, you have to do something else.
Do you believe in God?
Of course,
How important has faith been for
Which
you throughout
God?
your career?
very important. None of this is possible without God.
What was the biggest risk you ever took in business?
Not pulling the trigger when I had the opportunity to. Howard Schultz wanted to open Starbucks in the hood, so when he used the term the hood, I was thinking the hood, but I didn't know anything about, regentrification and rebeautification of, certain areas, and I didn't pull the trigger. And then Magic Johnson opened up, I think, 155 Starbucks.
And among yourself and the most highly successful people that you study and know, what is that one trait that they all have in common?
I think they're nice, I think they're humble, and I think they have great people around them. And they keep it very simple. Like Jeff Bezos said, you invest in things that's going to change people's lives. I heard him say that, and I changed my whole investment strategy, and been very, very successful. Hey, my guy, you hungry?
Yeah.
Go get a pizza.
Big
I own
flex.
it. It's all yours. Yeah, take what you want. No problem.
What's the number one thing that you look for in people when you're investing in a business?
Watch him come out with the whole 55 fixes. Hey, my guy, what you doing? You said take the whole store. Oh.
Yeah, take what you want. No problem.
What's the number one thing that you look for in people when you're investing in a business?
I like to believe in what they believe in. Like, for example, if you was going to start this company and you came in with those beautiful eyes and told me your passion, I would definitely invest in you. So I'm a big fan of yours.
How did you find the self-belief to go make hundreds of millions of dollars throughout your career?
That's kind of a tricky question. I had an athletic advantage where I was given a lot of money to play sports, and then I took that money and leveraged it and did certain things. So I could kind of answer that question, but I really can't, because for me it was all luck.
Do you think everybody's built for entrepreneurship?
I think, yes, everybody is.
And my final one for you, somebody watching this right now, they don't come from anything. Maybe they're at rock bottom, something bad just happened to them. Give them a quick 60-second blueprint, a couple pieces of advice to really stick with them. They want to become Shaquille O'Neal wealthy in today's world.
If you have a plan, write it down, figure it out. If somebody else is already doing what you're doing, watch them, steal what they're doing, add your razzmatazz to it, and you should be fine. But always believe. There will be ups and downs in this business. The longer you believe, quicker you'll make it to the top.
You got amazing advice, my friend.
Thank you,
I really appreciate you.
That was sick. To be honest with you, that was really good. Surprisingly, I thought it was going to SHAQ, it's going to be boring. Generic advice. But that delegate one is deep, because the moment I start delegating, you realize it's like superpowers. You're like, whoa, we're doing SHAQ's voice. I've just duplicated myself. And, I don't know, I've lost it. It's because I've got a cold, guys. Otherwise, I'll be able to do a lot better than that. Okay? But, look, what money tip did you take out of this, and what are you going to implement into your side hustle, aka business that you're currently starting? And if you haven't, you need to be starting one. If you need my help in any of that stuff, links should be somewhere in the description, or just find me, okay? Just find me.